You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drakewing Gaming. It's something announcement of the Gaming Drag today. I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Sylving. Alright, y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you are up, and let's go. Alright. Mikkel? Not a lot. He told me it's a place with great views and that not many live there since it's underdeveloped, but that's about it. We'll try to learn more about it tomorrow. For now, when someone asks you a question you don't have an answer to, turn to me. I can either answer for you or pull you from the conversation. If you're by yourself, you can make an excuse, like you're still weary from your fever to answer. Or you can try to keep it vague, but whatever you do, never make unnecessary lies. The truth is often easy to prove, and it'll come back to bite you if you tell too many and they fail to line up. And always remember that just because someone asked a question doesn't mean you have to answer. You especially shouldn't feel pressured to give a response about something personal. This is why I want you to come with me today. Learning is all well and good, but it's better to do so from experience. We need you to adjust quickly while we still have an excuse for any slip-ups, like your recent fever or being shy. Are you confident enough on your feet to walk with me to the inn? It's not far from there. Not far from here. I'm feeling the butterflies in my stomach, but I don't want to stay inside another day. Even after the serious talk we had and the stakes we face, I finally have the nerve to show my face outside again. Going for a walk and meeting some of his friends is a good place to start. Maybe it won't be so intimidating once I get out there. Well, it's better I take the leap and jump into it. Sure, I'm looking forward to meeting your friends, if they're as welcoming as you say they are. All right, then we'll leave right away. Remember, you're Aaron Sandre now. You're a traveler, and it's your first time outside of Schallenhof. You were found ill on the road and were taken in by Lord Mikkel from the Vetskogen family, and I became your personal guard. I echo Agnar's words back to him, word for word. I repeated a few times to commit it to memory. Good, I think you're ready to go. I can't wait for you to meet them. Finally, the more we talk about going out, the more anxious I get to jump out the door. But at the same time, I wonder what it's like downtown and what I'll see. I'll take you to the inn and the bakery. I know the people there well. They're actually the ones who've been preparing your meals. And they're on the same street, so there'll be no unnecessary detours on the way. So we're not taking a tour of the town? To show everything that this place has to offer? I say that half joking, but now my curiosity's peaking at this point. Take it slow now, Aaron. I want to see how you hold up first. Come on, let's head outside. After sneaking past the sleeping fox, we step out the door and onto the bustling street. Agnar locks up behind us. It takes him a second, which gives me time to make a quick scan of our surroundings. I wish I hadn't. Just about every set of eyes is glued to me, and they don't dart away until we make eye contact one by one. Even then, I can feel them lock back on the moment I look away. It's what we expected, but that makes it no less unnerving. I can only hope they'll lose interest sooner than later. We'll be making our way further into the village, down this street. He points in the opposite direction we went the other day, away from the village exit. The crowd will thicken as we go, so stay close to me. He begins with a slow pace down the street, looking over his shoulder to ensure I'm keeping up. This is both exciting and nerve-wracking. There's already so many eyes on me, and there's going to be even more? The bestial nature of the villagers' faces only makes it worse, as though they were feral animals stalking their prey. Alrighty. Come on, game. Okay. But Agnar is beside me. His imposing stature inspires a bit more courage in my gait. At least until I feel a chilling breeze wash down from the base of my tail into my butt crack. Because of the hole needed for my tail, the wind has full access to my hindquarters. I shiver in horror as my thoughts are dominated by the mental image of everyone getting mooned by this window to my behind. My shirt's already tucked in, and I have nothing else to cover it with. I grow more and more self-conscious, and the streets continue to grow more and more crowded. I try to pull my pants up as far as they'll go, but no luck. It's forcing my pants line to stay uncomfortably low, rendering me defenseless. Out of desperation, I awkwardly use my hand to cover the hole. The wolf picks up on this and brings us to a stop. Are you alright? Yeah, I'm good. Are you sure about that? You keep fidgeting and you're holding your back like you've strained it. I just feel a little exposed with the opening behind me. Is the outfit too big for you? No, not at all. It fits well enough. It's just the tail hole. I can't help but feel like I'm flashing everyone. I'm afraid I can't do anything to help you with that. The hole is for your tail and you can only try to get used to it. But you shouldn't worry about what others think. It's completely normal for the base of the tail to show. Nobody gives it a second thought. I whip my head over my shoulder and am certain I catch a peeping Tom in the act. It's just because you're a new arrival. The people come and go all the time. Their curiosity will wane before too long. I hope so. Let's keep moving. Focus on the path and try not to think about it. But I do think about it. And the more I do, the more I realize it really is just a me thing. No one is getting their tush ogled through their tail hole. With my nerves settling, I can see the only looks directed my way are of the innocent curiosity. My posture relaxes and I let my hands fall to my sides as I catch up with the big wolf. Oh, that's cool. Very nice scene. We continue on for a bit before the street opens up into a large space before us. The place is jam-packed with stalls, creating a labyrinth so dense that the surrounding buildings are obscured from sight. This unexpected bazaar is literally packed shoulder to shoulder with deer. I don't know how anyone is meant to navigate it, let alone someone like Agnar. It's really crowded here. The Jacked Market is quite something, isn't it? This plaza isn't usually empty, but during big festivals it gets packed with all sorts of novelty stalls. The hunt is the village's biggest draw for foreign merchants, so both locals and travelers in the region all flock here to see what's in store. I can certainly see that in the crowd's enthusiasm. Some stalls are so popular I can't even see what's being sold. As we continue on our trek, I peruse the various stalls. They have all manner of goods, much of which I don't recognize. However, most of what I do seems like the things you'd find at an antiquity store. The stalls with the spices and teas are the most crowded. One is practically drowning in customers, and I can barely see past the crowd, but it looks like they were selling little boxes of white powder. Salt? That one over there seems quite popular. What are they selling that's gotten everyone so riled up? Ah, they must be here for the pulvervexed. It's hard to come by normally, since our kingdom doesn't produce any. Foreign trade markets like this one are the only chance to stock up. It used to be that only nobles could afford it, because it was rare and difficult to make. But nowadays there's enough for everyone, so the price has really come down. Must be pretty good if everyone wants it so badly. What is it? It's an ingredient used for baking. It makes dough swell and taste better. You see it in a lot of cake recipes. Really? We have that too. It's called baking soda. I didn't think they would have that here. If I recall correctly, baking soda isn't exactly easy to make. I guess they must be more advanced than I gave them credit for. Hang on, if they've got something as modern as baking soda, then maybe... Do any of these stalls sell coffee? Koofy? Yeah, coffee or maybe chocolate? I've never heard of them, so probably not. Maybe you're just using a different name again. They come from big brown fruit with lots of little brown seeds inside. Does that sound familiar? My apologies, but I've never seen nor heard of such a thing. The lack of flushable toilets was one thing, but no caffeine? No crisp roasted aroma to greet you in the morning? What a cruel world. It's slow going as we make our way through the crowd, giving me plenty of time to scope out the goods. There's a portion that appears to be locals selling to outsiders, one of which is packed with countless jars of honey, all different shades of golden brown. Some of them even have honeycomb inside, and there's a snake? I don't know why I'm so caught off guard. I've seen plenty of different kinds of deer so far. I guess a snake with arms was just a bridge too far. And not just any snake, but a cobra. Its head is framed by a large hood that melts together into its neck. I struggle to rein in my fight-or-flight impulse. Yes, it's a person, and I have no doubt they're as harmless as the rest of the crowd, but they don't have any legs. It's just an extra long, thick tail coiled up behind their stall. He? She? They're basking in the sun, enjoying a private, tranquil moment. I remember learning that reptiles are drawn to warmth. Something about them being cold-blooded, so they need to seek the sun and other warm things to remain active. The clothing definitely doesn't match what the locals are wearing either, wearing golden bracers, necklaces, and something in their hood that resembles ear cuffs. Their outfit makes them stand out as both wealthy and very foreign. I can't help but feel like I fit in better than this guy. How come they aren't getting any gawkers? Talk about a double standard. I'm pulled from my spiteful regard by their tongue flicking, paired with an almost hungry gaze. Oh, welcome, my good master. Come close, come closer. His voice is masculine and coy. His tongue flicks in the air again. I take a half step back. Some part of me expected him to bite sooner than speak. There you go. One second now. Alright, guys and gals, and we are back. Let's jump back into it, shall we? Don't be afraid. Zasarly wants to give the dear customer what they desire. Adjusting his posture with a long, mesmerizing undulation of his tail, he gestures broadly at his wares. I hadn't even noticed what he was selling on account of there being a Cobra Man. Behold, the finest silks from my homeland, Labyrinth. A luxury beyond compare, as I'm sure your discerning eyes can tell you. I'm transfixed, eyes like saucers, until I notice there's no oh, God, I'm doing it in his voice. I'm transfixed, eyes like saucers, until to notice there's no coffee in sight, then to lose all interest. The fabric looks nice and all, but it's not exactly something I need. The cobra picks out a particularly shiny bolt from his arsenal, unrolling a meter for me to examine. Now, this would look most splendid on you, don't you agree? I can't even answer his question. I'm too distracted by all the hissing. Does he actually have to do it on every S? I thought that was just in cartoons. Who knew they were in bang on the spot with that stereotype? Yes, only the best for you. This would fashion the most fantastic garment. How much will you be needing? I'm not sure. What would I even make with it? Other new shirt, but it does look really soft, and it's silk. I've never had silk before. Almost of my own volition, my hand gravitates toward the luxurious-looking fabric. The cobra's tongue flicks in anticipation. Only 190 kroner a paw. How much is a kroner? That's gotta be like pennies, right? We can afford that. But just before my hand connects, a large weight claps down on my shoulder and nearly jump out of my skin. The shock pulls me out of my trance, and I reel my hand back as though the fabric were a real serpent. I look up to see whose hand is on me, and it's Agnar's. We're not buying. The cobra's eyes shift to the wolf, and he puts away the silk, a mix of masked frustration and feigned meekness painted on his face. He bows low, his head sinking farther down than most people's could manage. My stall is open any day you wish to shine. Agnar leads me away, and it's like the world has come back into focus. I glance back at the merchant's stall, but he doesn't look upset. He's already returned to bathing in the sun. Wow, he was certainly, different. I know you must be curious, but please stay close to me today. These merchants can be all too persuasive if you give them your time. I wasn't gonna buy it. I don't even know what to do with this. I don't even know what to do with silk. But you were still tempted. I saw how he was working you over, slowly luring you into buying it on a whim. It's a common tactic for their kind. You should also avoid talking with him again in the future. He won't stop pushing wares on you, even after you've given in and bought something. Finally, exiting the street crowded with people, we take a left down a short path into an open street. Here we are, the Golden Hills Inn. I've seen plenty of taverns like this in games, so I think I know what to expect. It's funny, they always have the names like the Dancing Badger. I guess in a world filled with beast folk, names like that don't carry the same charm. Alright, let's head inside. I follow the wolf into the building, and it's just like how I envisioned it to be. The floor is made of cobblestone, as are the walls of the first floor. The second floor is entirely made of wood, and it has a mezzanine overlooking the activity below. The columns are intricately detailed. Symbols twist and writhe across in patterns that are at once alien and vaguely familiar to me. I can't imagine how long it must have taken to carve them all. Looking over the counter, there's the typical barrels, drinking bottles, and the other necessities for a bar mixer serving drinks. Beside it is an astonishingly large door, presumably leading into the kitchen. I can almost float on the smell wafting in from said room. The aroma of salt-grilled meat and melted butter is almost tangible, and it makes my stomach yearn to be filled. Actually, I have to swallow a little to avoid drool spilling out of my mouth. Most of the tables are empty, though. Must have beat the lunch rush, or missed it? Either way, everyone's at the market shopping, so we practically have the place to ourselves. Big Wolf! A brown blur darts out from behind the counter before seizing Agnar's leg in a tight embrace. His arms and legs are wrapped around Agnar tight enough to hold himself aloft. He's smiling ear to ear, giggling as he buries his face into the wolf's fur. But then he finally notices me, and his eyes go wide in surprise. He promptly releases Agnar and begins hopping from foot to foot in sheer excitement. Oh, I know you! You're the weird-looking lion with the funny clothes! Oh! The cub wilts a little at the chide, but immediately forgets his manners again, pointing crudely at me and bouncing in place. Alright, I'm actually gonna pause that right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silver, and thank you going above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. And thanks to our 2 gold tier patrons, Zeke and Toby. Y'all are awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to our ultimate tier anyway. If y'all want to get your names in the credits and get access to all of our not safe for work contents as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!